This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
Oh, it's what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us another look at weather in just a few minutes.
I want to get the heads up, though, from Joy and David Mendoza on how traffic is shaping up. Joy, what do the roads look like?
Well, the roads across San Antonio, okay. I-35 individually, not so much. We do have a delay on the northeast side, southbound lanes of 35 between Thousand Oaks and Loop 410. I will say that delay has gone down a little bit, up to 25 minutes earlier, now looking at closer to a 15-minute slowdown. And then downtown, this delay has increased. The lower level of I-35 is closed southbound from 37 to I-10. Photojournalist David Mendoza is live in Road Cam this morning, and he drove through both of those areas for us. David, hello.
Hey, Joy. Well, 35 is being 35, as David Chancellor likes to say, but the rest of the city is looking really good. 281 South, right next to the quarry right now, coming up on a Hildebrand. Look, the road is almost empty in front of me. Traffic is looking great for this Friday morning. I'll let you know what else I can come across. Back to you.
Thanks, David. We'll have another live update from him here in just a couple of minutes with your on-time traffic.
Here are your top stories to know before heading out the door this morning. A man is facing charges after he shot another man outside the Spurs game last night. Victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover.
A minor is in critical condition after being hit by a car while riding a bike. This was last night near Rain Dance Drive and Five Palms Drive.
Congressman Tony Gonzalez is dropping his run for re-election. This comes after he admitted to having an affair with a former staffer who died by suicide last year.
Yeah, and on a much lighter note, the Spurs living up to the expectations and then some. They beat the Pistons last night, who were the best team in the East. It was a blowout, and Wemby was absolutely spectacular with 38 points.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton and Texas Senator John Cornyn will be heading to a runoff election in May. But Paxton says that could change if something is changed on social media. In a post on social media, Paxton says if the Senate passes a Save America Act, he would consider dropping out. The bill would require proof of U.S. citizenship when registering to vote in federal elections and to present a government-issued photo ID when casting a ballot. It's expected to be dead on arrival due to lack of support from Republicans. Paxton's post comes as President Trump says he will endorse one of the Senate candidates soon. The president says a candidate who doesn't get the endorsement should drop out of the race. Advisors to the president tell The Atlantic that Cornyn will likely get that endorsement.
About 15 minutes now before 7 a.m., the San Antonio City Council is looking at ways to try and keep an ICE detention center outside of city limits. Council approving a resolution yesterday allowing it to make code or policy changes that could put that project on hold. Now, those resolutions allow council to change zoning codes to restrict the center from existing within a certain distance from housing or parks. 8 council members are backing the resolution. Councilman Mark White is not.
Nothing that this resolution could result in would have any effect on that East Side Detention Center. So again, to me, this is just politicians looking to make a statement to their base.
Get on your Congress members, push them, because they are allowing this behavior. They are funding ICE actively. They are actively promoting and accepting the creation of these facilities, and then they're pushing the blame onto us, redirecting y'all to us, knowing we can't stop them.
Item number 3.
To that point, the resolutions cannot happen quick enough to stop the facility. Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones admitting the city policies cannot overrun or overrule the federal government. Well, there is a historic event happening right now at the Alamo. Today marks 190 years since the battle there at that historic site.
Happening right now, there is a historic reenactment of the historic event and a tribute to the lives lost. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon is live from Alamo Plaza with more on what she's taking a look at. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. What's happening now is a continuation of a wreath ceremony that was started about 10 minutes or so, and it is still going on. We're talking about more than a dozen wreaths, actually, that have been laid out for all of the Alamo defenders. There's so many organizations that are being represented that are just paying respects to the Alamo defenders, so many who lost their lives, and they just want to have tribute to them, each and every wreath representing somebody who lost their lives in that battle, and they just want them to be recognized right there as they lay a wreath right there in front of the Alamo. Truly a journey through history here as they mark the 190th anniversary. Now, if you've never seen this solemn ceremony basically commemorates the lives lost here. The battle, which lasted 13 days, a pivotal and rallying point for the Texas Independent. Now, again, this recognizes the 189 known Alamo defenders. It featured live readings, music, and then, of course, the wreath laying. After this, a musket volley. Now, this year's event was a little different. It also featured a special donation from David Crockett's birthplace, Stone State Park in Limestone, Tennessee, and a piece of his stepping stone from the Crockett family was donated. So it's full circle. It will connect David Crockett's place of birth to right here, his place of death. So this ceremony is going to wrap up in a few minutes or so, and if you didn't catch it in person, don't worry, we will continue to live stream it on our website at news4sanantonio.com. Reporting live downtown outside the Alamo, I'm Christina De Leon. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Christina, thank you. President Trump says that Iran is called to strike a deal and end the conflict. He points out, though, they have no air force, no air defense, and no communication abilities.
But they're tough, and they want to fight. And they're calling, they're saying, how do we make a deal? I said, you're being a little bit late, and we want to fight now more than they do.
U.S. officials say there are no negotiations underway and no, quote, off-ramps for Iran in the near future.
There's fallout from the war, with Iran showing up at the gas pump. Iranian forces are effectively closing a key route for oil tankers. Rising prices are hurting drivers. Let's take a look at gas prices right here in Texas. The average cost for a gallon of regular gasoline is $2.87. That's up about 14 cents from last year. Here in San Antonio, the average cost is $2.92. That's up 13 cents. Austin police have released body cam footage from last weekend's deadly mass shooting. The shooting happened early Sunday morning on West 6th Street outside Buford's bar. 4 people were killed, including the shooter. 19 others were injured. Austin's police chief says officers arrived on scene within 57 seconds after the first 911 call. Federal investigators have not ruled out terrorism as a potential motive.
Now, News 4 spoke to a UT student from San Antonio who was there the night that shooting happened along 6th Street. Her name is Madeline Hernandez. She was celebrating her birthday with friends when they heard gunshots, and that's when they ran into a nearby bar to take cover.
When those second rounds went off, everyone just dropped to the floor, and it was just like we were like packs of sardines in there. I mean, everyone was just laying down, like trying to get as close to the ground as we could as possible. And it felt like for forever almost. I mean, it was just horrible. It was so scary.
Buford's bar in Austin posted on social media saying it plans to reopen later today. All proceeds until Sunday will go to the victims and their families. Savannah Guthrie made an off-screen return to the Today Show. Pictures capturing what you would imagine would be a very emotional moment for that staff. It's the first time that she has been there in studio with her colleagues since her mother went missing on January 31st. Guthrie's reportedly still planning to return at some point to the show. The family's offered $1 million reward for information that leads to the recovery of their mom.
Britney Spears is back in the spotlight. The pop princess was arrested in Ventura County Wednesday on suspicion of driving under the influence. California Highway Patrol says they got a call about someone driving fast and erratically. Spears was released Thursday morning. Now, this case remains under investigation as they await the results of her drug tests. Popular fast food chain Wendy's wants to pay you 6 figures just to eat as they search for a chief tasting officer. For $100,000 a year, you'll taste Wendy's menu items, create content, share creative feedback, and help the company keep an eye on what's trending in fast food. The job description saying applicants just need a mouth, a pulse, and strong opinions about the brand's food.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
Guilty pleasure is going on Instagram and watching endless videos of people who do that, rate food or eat food and tell us what they're eating. If you'd have told me 5 years ago that I've done that, I'd been like, that's the dumbest thing in the world. And now I'm just like locked in.
That's so me too. Instagram knows my algorithm.
Yes.
I want to know, how long is that position for? Because I want to say that Wendy's hired for that not too long ago.
It does seem like they did that. Yeah, maybe a year.
Maybe that's the contract.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
And then
how long the
they need to
contract
renew
is for.
someone else.
Yeah.
Like, wrong. We need somebody else.
All right, let's talk weather, because our weather's going to be changing quite a bit this weekend. Yeah. I know the timing is not so great because it is expected tomorrow and into Sunday. Many of you probably had something planned for the outdoors. Just make sure you are weather aware. Active pattern in our area. First off today, isolated light showers on and off through the day, especially through the early afternoon. Does look a bit drier later in the afternoon. However, there is a conditional storm chance. That means that if a thunderstorm does happen to develop in the hill country, we'll have to watch that closely because it has the potential of becoming strong. The weekend ahead, talking more widespread showers and storms, and the severe storm risk does increase for our area tomorrow, talking level 2 out of 5 risk. Heavy rain could cause flooding over the weekend. Also, the more intense storms could produce large hail and strong damaging winds. There goes that level 2 risk. Storm Prediction Center has us in the yellow, and that's a slight risk. This extends all the way towards northeastern and east Texas too. Later today, we're on the southern edge of this marginal risk, so we'll have to watch this afternoon from the hill country to the north side of San Antonio. Slight risk, though, closer to San Angelo. Here's a look where we saw the severe storms yesterday. Multiple reports of tornadoes and large hail stretching from the panhandle of Texas to Oklahoma and even up into Kansas. There is rain that's moving towards the Midwest. That's out ahead of the cold front that's parked a little farther to the west. And this is what's going to come through our area tomorrow. That's weather maker number 1. Another weather maker that's going to fuel the rain chances from this weekend through next week is an upper level disturbance that's sitting across the Four Corners region. This is going to move off towards the south. It's going to set up just to our west over the weekend. Counterclockwise circulation around that will bring in a lot of moisture from the Pacific. That moves over our area early next week, and then it moves away by next Wednesday. This afternoon, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, and then tomorrow morning, it'll be cloudy. We'll have some spotty showers. We'll have to watch for late morning, early afternoon hours for maybe some isolated to scattered activity in the hill country, but it does look more active tomorrow evening through tomorrow night. Could see an area of strong storms developing to our west tomorrow between 8 and 9 p.m., then possibly holding together and coming through San Antonio by midnight, moves off towards the east and weakens after midnight. On Sunday, most of the activity will be down across the south. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. So 20% rain chance this morning, 30%, 10% this afternoon, and then increasing to 80% over the weekend. Weather alert day tomorrow because of that severe storm risk. Early next week, a 40% rain chance Monday, 60% Tuesday. Rain chances do start to drop off by next Wednesday. It is going to be a lot cooler this weekend too, with highs on Sunday, possibly only in the upper 60s to low 70s.
Lots of work along I-35 this morning. We are still seeing about a 10 to 15 minute delay in the southbound lanes of 35 between Thousand Oaks and 410. That's on the northeast side. And then downtown, the lower level is closed. I-35 southbound from 37 to I-10. Let's get another check from photojournalist David Mendoza, who's live in Road Cam. Hi, David.
Hey Joyce, so 37 north in the downtown area, in between the Tower of Americas and the Alamo Dome. Traffic is light, the city is looking good, and there are no major accidents on our highways. I will leave you with that. Drive safe and have a great Friday. Back to you.
Nice. Happy Friday, David. Thanks.
All right, Joy, thank you. About 5 minutes now before 7 a.m. New research shows a surprising shift in attitude toward gender roles. So I got a feeling this might get a few folks talking. Out of 23,000 people surveyed, nearly a third of Gen Z men think a wife should obey her husband.
Gen Z men?
What it said. That's compared to 13% of baby boomer men. It also shows that Gen Z men are twice as likely as baby boomers to say husbands should have the final say in major decisions. I would have thought it would have been flipped. Gen Z women, however, were far less likely to agree.
I think any woman in any generation is not going to agree with that.
Yeah.
Unless the husband is making some serious money.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Speaking of marriage, A24 is looking to pay for a lucky couple's wedding, or rather their elopement. It's all part of the movie studio's promotion for their upcoming film, The Drama, centered around the dramatic engagement between Zendaya and Robert Pattinson's characters. Winners will receive a free ceremony at a wedding chapel in Vegas. Couples who want to apply to this need to submit a photo and the story of how they met on thedramaweddingchapel.com. They should also submit whether they need help getting to the wedding capital of the world.
Those Gen Z men that got surveyed, they don't realize, I guess they're not old enough to know the creed that you live by, the motto.
Which is?
Happy wife, happy life.
There you go. Happy Friday. Thanks for watching.
Today's a gift. Make it count.